In part 2 of Retiring in Paradise, how to retire to Bali, I want to look at where you can retire to. Now look, this is a huge question. There is one part of Bali specifically where a huge number of expats live, which means you've got a lot of locals, you've got a lot of Western food available as well. There are a lot of tourists here, but there's also a lot of permanent residents here from Australia, from all over the world. Mostly a lot of them from Australia. And the reason for that is you've got one of the most beautiful views in the world. The giant Mount Agung in the background. You've got Sanur Harbour, or Sanur Bay, I guess. And all along the beach front here, you can see there's a reef across there, and then the rough waters out there. But on this side of the reef, you've got these beautiful protected waters where you can go snorkeling. You can just go for a nice casual paddle and a swim. You can rent a little kayak and just go for a bit of a push. But you can also jump on a bicycle for $1 a day or something pretty cheap. And you can bicycle up and down the beach walk. It's flat. There's very little traffic. Certainly nothing like you'll get almost anywhere else in the Denpasar greater city region. And you've got a massive opportunity here to network and meet some friends and people that are going to be living here week after week. Look, it's one thing to go and stay in a hotel and you catch up with the people in the room next door, and you get to make friends with them. But imagine having to make new friends every single week. That's fine if you're a sociable person. But you know what? It doesn't give you a soulmate. It doesn't give you a buddy that you can sit down and say, oh, I've got to tell you, I'm having a strife, or, you know. So when you retire, you don't just want to have a fresh batch of people all the time. You actually want to make some really good lifelong friends and companions. So if you're coming over here by yourself, it's a different story. If you're coming over here with a partner, it's another story. If you're coming over here, you meet a local partner and then you retire, or you end up moving in with them. So, look, it's a huge question, where to go. My first recommendation would be, if you're coming to Bali to retire, the first place to look would be Sanur. Now, for those who don't know, Sanur is a little bit out of the way. If you put a big sort of triangular Denpasar on the map, down the bottom you've got Uluwatu and Nusa Dua and the expensive suburbs, and Jimbaran with all beautiful seafood. Then you've got the airport, and then on one side you've got sort of Benoa Sanur, which is where we are, and on the other side you've got all the craziness. You've got Kuta, Legian, Seminyak, Canggu, all of those, all the party town where all the young people go. So you don't want to be in the middle of downtown central. It's too chaotic. You don't want to retire and go out partying and drinking every single night. It'd be nice to go there sometimes and then come home again, but you want peace and tranquility. You want to be able to wake up at 7 o'clock in the morning and do some yoga on the beach, or just wander around and pick up shells along the foreshore, or anything you want. It's just serene, peaceful. There's no bipping horns, there's no sirens in the background. Just people wandering, chatting quietly, people taking their pets for a walk. A lot of people over here got dogs, a lot of expats. And look, to be honest, why would you not want to live here? This is just one of the most beautiful places on earth, and it's dirt cheap. Okay, look, everything's relative. You can live in a mansion over here. If you're paying $500 a week for accommodation in Australia, what you'll get for $500 a week here is like a resort room with your personal maintenance man, with a maid, your own swimming pool, all that sort of stuff. You can live like a king on $500 a week, but not many people get to retirement age and they've got that sort of money to throw around. If you have, good on you, invite me around. I'll bring the bintang. But if you're like many people in Australia these days and you want to retire on a pension and you've got a little bit of superannuation saved up, then you've got to be really tight with your money. You've got to be careful that you're not blowing your money every week. So, look, I've actually found a place that's just opening up here in Sanur that is specifically designed by an Australian charitable organisation to give Australian superannuates and retirees an opportunity to live in Bali. Now, the reason you'd want to come over here, not only the climate, you've got some of the most friendly people in the world. The cost of living over here is so relatively inexpensive compared to what you're used to. And it's not just the cost of your accommodation, it's also the cost of your food, the requirements, your daily clothing. You don't need 6,000 jackets and frocks and all that sort of stuff. Over here, you hardly ever get out of a pair of shorts and a t-shirt. And look, you'd only want to bring one pair of long trousers or warm pants, maybe a pair of track pants or something, just for those little bit nippy nights. But generally, the weather over here is just perfect almost all the time. It's the middle of the wet season here, and look at that sky. There's hardly a cloud in it. Sometimes it'll rain for an hour or two, then it'll lighten up, and other times you'll be stuck inside for the day. But majority of the time, it's only for a short portion of the day, and it's only for a few months of the year, over Christmas and sort of into the new year. It's starting to ease up now. So look, where to go, what to do? Well, look, the one place that I've found is a brand new place. I'm going to take you there and we'll have a bit of a chat about the facilities. I'm here this morning in Sanur at a place called Amandesa. Amandesa is a specific retirement facility. It's very small. It's only got 9 units, and they're designed for Australian expats and retirees who've got a little bit of superannuation, get the pension, they want to sit down, retire, relax, enjoy their life, but they don't have a wealth of money behind themselves to go and buy into a big retirement complex in Australia. So quite a number of years ago, a company called CHL, or Community Housing Limited, was set up in Australia as a community charity, and the idea was to provide affordable housing for everyone. And they have literally tens of thousands of residents throughout Australia, and now moving out to the rest of the world in their purpose-built affordable housing. So look, what they've done here is they've realised, because of the difference in price between what you can buy in Australia and what you can buy in Bali, they've decided to start building facilities for Australians who don't have the extra cash to go and buy into a facility themselves, come over here and use it as a long-term rental. So Amandesa is set up. Now look, just to give you a ballpark idea, a double room, which is good enough for 2 people, we'll go and have a look in a minute, is under $1,000 a month. So for most people with a bit of superannuation and a pension coming in, that's enough to be able to live very comfortably over here in Bali. Your cost of meals and accommodations is very cheap, because there's so many small warungs around here. They've got cooking facilities in the room. They've got an on-site carer. They've got groundskeepers. They've got a beautiful little swimming pool here, and it's a brand spanking new facility. They've only got their first couple of residents just moving in at the moment, so it is new. But look, I've been watching this place getting built, and there's only 9 rooms available, so it's going to go really, really fast. But once they've got this one together, they're going to use this as like a proof of concept, I guess, and start building more and more and more. You could easily bicycle down there, and there's nice parking facilities at the front for motorbikes and stuff like that as well. Look, I'm really excited by this, because it now gives someone a chance who wants to retire and enjoy their retirement years. They don't want to be stuck up in a hole in the suburbs in Sydney or something. They want to be able to sit back, relax, look at the beautiful grounds. The staff here are just fantastic, and I'll tell you what, it gives me a lot of food for thought, because I would love to live in a place like this. It's just simply beautiful. So I think we'll go for a wander through Amandesa, and if you want to get in touch with them, I'm going to leave a link at the end of this video so you can find it, get directly in touch with them and say, listen, I saw Mazra on TV. I'd love to know more about Amandesa in Sanur in Bali, and they'll get straight back to you, and maybe you can be over here shortly checking the place out. Hey, if you do, look me up. We'll have a see you soon. There's a lot of foliage, there's a lot of plant life separating you and screening you from your neighbours. You've got these beautiful bamboo privacy screens in here as well. And then when you go into the unit, it's quite a spacious. Now this is a single unit. Now here's my model Harvey. Say good day, Harvey. And
very nice single unit.
It's a beautiful little room.
We'll never do better.
You've got your own little private lounge room and a little kitchen area. Let's check out this kitchen here. So we've got a little 2-burner cooker. We've got a small fridge down the bottom. We've got some cooking utensils and crockery and cutlery and stuff upstairs. And then
Complete.
it is complete, yes. All you need to do is add yourself and put some beer in the fridge.
That's right. If you're not happy here, you're not happy anywhere.
Oh, if you can't be happy in paradise, that's it, you're in a sad place.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's go through here into here. And look at the bedroom. So you got a nice bedroom, a big single bed. You've got your own telly up on the wall there, big wardrobes, and a little study desk as well. So you can sit down, bring your laptop, send some emails, catch up with the family. And look at this. This is what I love. You're absolutely outside in a bathroom. Now you can drop these screens down if you want some privacy. Or you've got this lovely indoor-outdoor shower. It's breezy and it uses the natural airflow, and it's got a flushing toilet, and you name it, it's ready for the LTP as well. So, a beautiful room, spacious veranda, a nice little outdoor area, your own little sort of outside garden, and I just love that, the whole outdoor. You don't want to have too much steam and stuff. If you want a hot shower inside the room, it's going to put a lot of steam and mist into the room. Now, the other bonus is there are fans in the ceiling, but they also have air conditioning as well. So you can use the air conditioning to cool you down if you need to, or if you just want a bit of a breeze, keep the doors open, keep the natural airflow, then you can just have the fan going and have these privacy screens pull aside. Just lovely, isn't it?
Absolutely beautiful.
There we go. Well, there you go. Hey, thanks for letting us come visit.
I could sit here 24 hours a day.
Okay, well thanks a lot, Harvey. I'll see you next time. Okay, let's go next door and we'll have a look at some of the double units. So another use of the security screens here, the privacy with all the foliage, and as those plants grow up, it's going to be almost blackout, but you've got this nice little sitting outside relaxing area. You've got this bamboo screen here if you do want to shut the world out a little bit more and just have a little bit of space to a little time to yourself. But inside, you've got a much bigger facility. So you've got quite a decent sized living area, some artwork up on the wall. You've got a nice kitchen table, you've got a bigger stove. You've also got a decent sized fridge. And again, stocked cupboards, ready for you to turn up and pretty much start looking after yourself. We'll go into the bedroom now. And look at that beautiful big bed. You've got a study desk as well. Bedside table, there's your television up the top there. A really nice decent sized wardrobe. And let's go through here. Now again, this indoor-outdoor flow is a little bit sort of accentuated here because you've got this beautiful quiet and leafy covered green area at the back, which is going to help to keep the whole house cooled down. And you've got this indoor-outdoor bathroom shower here. Now, and the good thing is, it was already set up for wheelchair or disability access as well. Nice, solid, decent size shower and accompaniments. Hot water service, air conditioning, fans, and just simple comfort. If you want a little bit more privacy, you can just shut these screens in the bedroom, and you got the place to yourself. I love it. Just nice. So you've got these big bamboo doors if you want to shut that, and you've still got your own little private courtyard there. But you've got these lovely little areas. Little personal space, another double room. And again, a beautiful, huge bathroom. And this beautiful side area. This little garden area. I'm overlooking the pool at Amandesa. It's actually in the middle of the village of Sanur, one of the villages, and it's in a beautiful setting. It's surrounded by trees. They've incorporated wood and living plants as privacy screens and as border control, and it's just lovely. So look, this place was set up by a company called Community Housing Limited, and they're a charity that's based out of Australia. Their mission statement is to provide affordable housing to everyone, and not just to Australians. Now they're expanding throughout the world and using the model that they've started in Australia. I believe they've got something like 10,000 residents in care or in facilities all across Australia. Instead of cutting down this big tree that sort of took up half of the land, they decided to build the whole facility around it, and it just looks fantastic. Provides a beautiful shaded area here. We've got an area at the front where you can do a bit of yoga, sit down, have a nice little relax, read a book, or better still, catch up with your friends over a cold glass of water. If it was me, it wouldn't be a glass of water. But look at that view. It is just, I love it. I just really love it. It's quiet, it's peaceful, it's serene. And I know once they get the few people in here, they're going to have a really nice small community feel about it. Everyone's going to know each other's business. It's going to be a lot of fun. So look, I'm going to leave a link to Amandesa, who to contact and who to inquire with, and I'd get onto it really quickly if you're interested, because they're not looking at overnight or weekly or monthly accommodation. They're looking more long-term accommodation, and I would say it's going to be first in, first served. If you're considering moving to Bali, there's going to be a few questions you're going to ask yourself about what happens if, and how do I know, and where do I start, and where do I go. And one of the best things about this facility is it's got staff. You've got staff members who come and service the rooms. You've got a groundskeeper who looks after the pool and the maintenance. And your idea is just to wake up, sit down, have your morning cup of coffee, get through your day, relax, enjoy yourself, maybe do some yoga down the beach, go for a bit of a swim in the pool. Just keep yourself busy, have some fun, relax and enjoy the hundreds and thousands of hours that you've put in getting to a point in your life where you can literally put your feet up every day of your life and just relax. These guys will help you through the whole process. They'll help you with the visas, they'll put you in touch with the right people, and it gives you peace of mind to know that they've got your back, because it's an Aussie company. So yes, it can be intimidating, a bit daunting, even coming over here with a local family, and it still can be frustrating, but Seychelles has really made the process simple. They've already got their first couple of residents moving in, and I'm sure this place is going to book up soon, which is a bit of a shame because I'm not quite ready to retire. But I tell you what, I would love to put my name on that unit there above the pool. I think it's just stunning. In fact, all of these upstairs ones are lovely. But maybe by the time I am ready to retire, they'll have them bigger and better ones for me. Meanwhile, guys, stay tuned, because we've got lots more vlogs about retiring. We're going to talk all about the visa situation. And by the way, I've had some new information that's being updated, and the news is really good. So there is a couple of retirement type visas that we can talk about. There is a number of other options to be here. This is only one of the millions of places that you could look at renting in Bali, but this is firstly, it's Australian backed. Secondly, it's got care facilities here, so there's someone helping, looking after you and making sure you're safe and sound. Your family's going to be a lot happier knowing that you're in a legitimate and a proper structured facility. And it's not an old person's home, it's a luxury apartment in paradise. So look, I tell you what, the people that get in here first are going to be very, very lucky, because honestly, I think this idea will take off. There's a lot of people looking at it on a bigger scale as well. I know there's been some international interest in building these types of facilities, and I think you'll find popping up in the suburbs. A lot of the places are being torn down because Bali's going through a bit of a wake up. You're going to end up seeing lots and lots of things like this. So I hope you've enjoyed today's little vlog. I really enjoyed being here. I'm looking at that swimming pool saying, I tell you what, it looks pretty inviting. I'd love to just run down and jump in there. I even might do that before I go, but it's the first of many, many, many options open to you, and it all comes to who you know and what the homework you do. So once again, I'll say it again, come over here for a couple of months. Find somewhere in Sanur if you want, because most of the really good bargain priced and luxury at a good economical price are in this area. There are other areas as well, but there's so many expats and there's so many Aussies living in this area, that, and retirees as well, that you can't go wrong to start here and at least spread out for once you're in Aussie Central, I guess. So guys, thanks for coming. Stay tuned for more. We're going to be doing many more vlogs about Bali and about the whole process of retiring and coming to here. Even not just retiring, just moving here to work in Bali. There's people who want to come over to invest. There's people who want to come over and get married. There's people who want to kick back, put their feet up and retire and enjoy their days right here. And I couldn't think of a better place right now where I'd rather be than in paradise. So thanks for coming. I'll see you soon.